Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me to another exciting episode of This Week in Real Estate. So it'll be a quick one, so we'll get right to it. On to the market report. Not a lot of change in Delaware County this past week, so still kind of holding steady at 102 active listings with 172 pending. They kind of varied just a couple both ways. And then Randolph County saw a slight uptick in active homes for sale, and that's at 26, and pending was about the same at 39. So roundaboutly the same. On to the good, the bad, and the ugly. So a lot of good things. So the reported on last week, we had a new listing on Shockley Road in Muncie. That one did receive 2 offers and is now pending. So we're working through the process, beginning the process on that one with inspections and appraisals and everything like that. We're able to wrap up 2 of the auctions that I mentioned the past week, and we had the culmination of those auctions, then the pickup and all that good stuff. So again, still learning a lot when it comes to that, and it is kind of fun. And if you have any questions about that, just let me know. And then still a lot of BPO, so that's a broker's price opinion type work for estates or people just kind of wanting to know the overall market value of their home. And also had 2 just kind of appraisals as well this week, and finished one up yesterday and still working on one today. So that has really run the gamut, and like I said, seen quite the uptick in people needing those services. So happy to do those. And then on the personal side of things, had a couple recitals over the weekend. So Abram had his recital on, he plays cello, and that was on Saturday morning, and then Lydia and Solomon had their recital on Sunday afternoon. So that was fun, and they're making very good strides. Even little Solomon is always a hoot to watch, especially when you put an instrument in his hand. So had the crowd laughing, of course. The bad, so nothing terribly bad. I've mentioned this in prior episodes, and had somebody else in the office have the same issue with a water heater this week. So it's really a backwards system if you rent a water heater, where they will not transfer service until the new owner calls and makes that transfer. And it's not like a utility you can shut off, or you can just walk into somebody's house and take their water heater. And so basically, if there is a miscommunication, or maybe the transaction itself is not the greatest, that new owner, if they don't call the old owner, like in this past circumstance from 6 months ago, is still receiving basically a utility bill for that water heater rental. So I've kind of switched some things up when we talk about that in a listing and in a purchase scenario, and hopefully to ward off any further issues. But like I said, just another example this week from somebody here in the office, and so they're trying to work through that. So that's bad. On to the ugly. So showed a couple houses, and there's actually a kind of like combination purchase. You buy one, but basically 2 houses for one money. And the first house, okay, it was a decent rental. Then you go next door, it's obviously needing some work, and somebody started that work, and there's construction materials in the home, things like that. But as I walked in, and I don't have a picture of it, but unfortunately I should have. As you walk in, I was like, man, I can hear the birds really clearly. It's kind of breezy that day. And I was like, I can really hear kind of the breeze. I wonder what's going on. And the further we go back, yeah, the entire back wall is missing. And so a little more of a project than this particular client wanted to tackle. But I guess you could call that, ugly when the back half of the house is missing. Yeah. So coming up, so we have a closing tomorrow. And so that's on a home here in Farmland. And we were the buying agent on that one, so that will be finished up tomorrow. And then over the weekend, we have holiday weekend, so Saturday morning have a men's breakfast at church. Always good to go there. And then the race, the Indy 500, is this weekend as well. And a lot of good memories going to there. Went growing up quite a few years in a row when weather allowed. And these haven't been back for a few years, so we'll just watch it on TV this year, and maybe make a trip back in the next couple of years. That'd be fun with at least some of the older kids. And then Memorial Day on Monday. Hopefully we get some drier weather. We got the garden prepped and started to fence off. Still have to finish up that and then get the plants in the ground. So just need a couple days to get it dried out a little bit, and hopefully maybe Memorial Day we can do that. And then next week is really busy for the kiddos. So they have a vacation Bible school starting, and then they have, we're going to try some, basically some cross country. And so they have a running camp that culmination into an event on Saturday. And then they also have baseball games. So they're going to be rather tired kiddos by the end of probably Monday. But so a lot of good experiences for them, and we'll get them to bed as soon as we can so they can get up and start it over again. So obviously that's probably the busiest week we're going to have for the kids, and we'll see how they do. So that's about it. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave those below, and I'll respond to those directly. And yeah, as always, thank you for checking this video out and tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you.